I want to make a video about the comments I've been reading on the coronavirus thread in Reddit. People have been posting their situations, and I think a video about it showing people who maybe don't go to Reddit or something the current situation would be interesting. I think this is worth sharing. So let's get started. I'm gonna read these comments out loud. So this is from Karaoke Queen. Here. Does anyone know if there's a thread or sub or anything where people talk about how much they miss their parents through all this? I'm 25 and my parents are in their 60s. One of my biggest anxieties has always been losing them. I live about a half hour away with my best friend, and I usually visit my parents almost every day. I'm choosing to stay away from my parents now to keep them safe. Aside from dropping off essential groceries, I tried to post in the support sub and got flagged as not allowed to post. I'm so damn stressful not knowing when I can hug my mom again. Anyone else feeling this way? Sad face. Here's a reply from someone. I felt the same way. I've been really cautious for the last couple weeks, mostly self-isolating, had been well prepared ahead of time. I packed up my stuff and temporarily moved in with my parents today. If I have to be on lockdown, I want to be with them. I know it's a bit of a risk because I can't be totally sure, so I'm being extra careful about keeping a distance as much as possible and washing my hands constantly. Best of luck to you. You're not alone, many of us feel that way. If you can self-isolate completely for a couple of weeks, you should be safe to go move in with them if you want to do the same. Came into work this morning to find out an employee has self-isolated due to being in contact with a confirmed case. My work is not closing and has made it clear they will not help pay anyone who chooses to leave. I am a type 1 diabetic and cannot afford to stop working without pay. Consider me absolutely terrified. This is in Oregon, by the way. Update. For anyone interested, I have spoken with my upper management team and urged them to take this more seriously. After a short meeting, they are going around requesting that those of us in the higher at-risk demographic to head home and quarantine. Thank you all for your suggestions. Stay safe out there. From Ichiruchi 925. My wife works for a debt collection agency and they try to get considered an essential workplace because they stimulate the economy. Are you kidding me? We have 2 kids that are now home. She said that she needs to be home with the kids and her job said, why can't you stay with the kids? I happen to work as a mechanic in a food repacking facility that is cranking out bags of food to restock the shelves as fast as possible. I am the definition of essential, but not according to her agency. I'm so scared of where this is headed. No one is staying home. No one is social distancing. This is just one big joke. Fuck. My workplace is a public health nightmare. We have 3 employees who are already sick but not tested. One with a wife who has tested positive, and one with a grandmother with a positive test as well. That's about 50 employees. My store sees about 1,000 people a day from all over, including other states. Working from home is not an option. I work in a dispensary. Working from home is a felony, lol. My work is allowing 2 weeks paid off if you have a positive test. Yeah, right. But if you miss more than 3 days without a doctor's note, it will be considered job abandonment and you'll be fired. They've already stated that they won't be closing unless the government makes them. And the owner was in on Friday, and when asked what happens when we all get sick, he just said, we'll probably do a deep clean and bring a new crew in here from a different store to run things. I was already close to leaving, but this was the anvil that broke the camel's back. Not now, because changing jobs in this situation would be impossible, but when they close down, they'll be reopening without me, a long-tenured member of the management team. My work refuses to let us work from home, even though we all have desk jobs and laptops. Today they started taking our temperatures. The upper staff thinks this is all fake news, and the governor is overreacting. We have production staff that can't go home, but the office people could easily work from home to protect the people that have to be here. When questioned, our CEO said we're safer at work than home. What? I feel like this is exactly the mentality that's going to make this virus more nuclear than it already is. What do you think? P.S. This is the type of environment where if you take a stand, they find a reason to fire you out of spite, so I haven't said anything. Here's a reply from someone. I'm in the same boat. My employer won't let us work from home and created a policy to prevent it the other day. I am so confused. I work at a resort and we're still operating as normal. I'm very concerned and worried I will be exposed, then expose my at-risk loved ones. My sister is a nurse practitioner in a general clinic in the Seattle area. They've been overrun with COVID patients, but today they simply had to turn anyone with these symptoms away because they didn't have enough protective gear to even see them. This is madness. Just officially called my retail job and told them I'm going to self-quarantine for my parents' health. They made me feel kind of guilty, but this isn't a time to take risks. Hardest decision I've had to make since I have no income now. He made the right choice, but it's hard. It sucks that he had to make that choice in the first place. Alright, here's another one. Here's a long one. Let's do this. My mom is a fucking idiot. She's in her 60s, obese, diabetic, lifelong smoker, exactly the type of person who should be staying home. She tells me on the phone that she's so scared of what's happening. Yet she's been driving around doing errands the past couple of days. She told me there's a confirmed case in her county. So then she's driving 3 hours to come out to where I and the rest of the family live. I thought she was staying at my house and was ready to tell her she needs to stay put. But nope, she's going to stay with my 81-year-old grandma, who, by the way, also won't stay home. She's been to the grocery store a few times this week. My uncle goes in and out of her house, and his job is traveling to multiple clients a day. So my mom is now there with my grandma, who is also diabetic and has high blood pressure and stage 3 or 4 kidney disease. I text her to make sure she made it into town okay, because she was supposed to let me know, and she didn't. Yep, she's in town, and she made it to grandma's, and now she's headed over to my other uncle's to see his newly remodeled kitchen. Really. She asked if she could come over for breakfast tomorrow, and I flat out told her if she is going to be visiting a lot of people that she cannot come to our house. How can she be this stupid? I've been openly mocked for wearing gloves in public multiple times now. That's ridiculous. The other day I wore some gloves to the gas pump, figuring better to have a full tank just in case. My first time leaving since the schools shut down. This girl comes up behind me close enough to feel her breath and coughed obnoxiously, and her friend giggled. Her and her friends giggled. I figured no big deal, but still come home and washed my everything. I'm a severe asthmatic. The absolute ignorant audacity I'm seeing is the scariest part. That and my nana's health. ... Definitely not going back out there. I'm in disbelief. Here's another one. I work in a foundry in Ohio, and they are doing nothing to help. Matter of fact, today the GM told me to take my respirator off because the filters are expensive. The governor said all employers should take employee temperatures and send them home if they have a fever. They are not doing that. The governor also said it is essential that employers clean and sanitize. My company is not doing that. We have zero sanitizer, zero wipes, zero disposable masks. I am completely stuck. I hope the state locks it down. My friend recently started volunteering her services at a coronavirus hotline. They're requiring all callers to physically go into the call center to work, since it's one phone number and there is no way to take calls remotely. The irony has not been lost on her. Alright, last one. It's a long one. So one of my two jobs is working at Domino's as a delivery driver. I live in California, and our area right now is on a shelter-in-place order. I do not feel comfortable in the slightest delivering to people given the current state of things, and our manager won't let us opt in to do contactless delivery only. Not that that means anything, as our care lobby is still open for some reason I cannot fucking comprehend. Fast forward to today, and now I have cold symptoms and feel like absolute dog fart. I have been told that if I call in sick, I'm either to provide a doctor's note stating why I cannot work or that I am fired. What do I do in this situation? I understand California is an at-will employment state, but OSHA clearly defines that workers have the right to refuse work due to unsafe conditions, and it's pretty damn unsafe out here right now. I will also add on that I have the safety net of a very understanding landlord and dad who is more than happy to support me during this time. Should I just throw in the towel and give them the finger? I cannot imagine going to work tomorrow only to infect the very small space that our store is, and infect every subsequent customer I deliver to or deal with in the care lobby. This is disgusting. Alright, I'm going to keep cataloging these comments. This is a developing situation, but I thought it would be good to cobble up this video together and post it real quick. so people are aware of what's going on the internet and what people are saying. I feel like this deserves to be shared. Yeah, that's all I got for now. Peace.